You're welcome to another session on Dave Codes 12 on Dave Codes YouTube channel. Today we'll be discussing HTML inputs. So let's go into it. Subscribe, like, and share. You're welcome to another episode on code roots. Code roots. Today we're discussing input types in HTML5. So those are the things we are discussing today. The input element in HTML. The input element is a form element. In this lesson, we are not going to put all of the different input types inside the form element because we only use JavaScript, that is JS, to get their values. However, in using a hypertext processor, that's PHP, page handler, or form handler input, elements should be inside the form element and their name attributes are mandatory. Unfortunately, we are not going to learn that yet until you learn PHP. So let's until we learn PHP. Bro, it's easy to understand. It's easy to understand. So now let's look at text. Text. A single line text field where line breaks are ignored. So let's look at the example. Now, this is an example. Doc type HTML. So let's look at the inputs. The input field. The input field. Input type equals text. ID equals demo. Button on click equals get value. So this is basic input. So let's check the outputs. Let me try to write something. I'll try to write something now. Let's write rate. So you can see it took what I wrote and displayed it. That's what the JS is doing. It just took what I wrote and displayed it. So I just basically talking about the inputs. The inputs. So now let's look at checkbox. Checkbox. A checkbox that allows itself to be checked or unchecked. The value of a checkbox could either be true if it is checked or false if it is unchecked. In JS, they are called booleans. So let's check it. Checkbox. Let's check the checkbox. Let's check it. Check the checkbox. So this is how checkbox looks. So you can see as I click it, it will just show that it's checked. So now let's get value. So it's true. So that there's something in JavaScript there that is checking it, so you know that it has been checked. So that way you can use it in form handler. That way, and it will report wherever it was sent to that it was checked. It was checked. So let's go to something else. Color. HTML5 is simple built-in color picker. It returns the X color code. Let's check first. Okay, a simple color picker. Inputs. Using inputs. So let's pick white. So that's the color for white. Let's pick pink. That's the color for pink. Yes. So these are just input examples. So what this is just doing, what we are using this to do is I'm using this to explain HTML inputs well, because HTML inputs is very very important in HTML form handling. So if you don't understand inputs, you won't be able to put in fields for users to put in the values they need. So, and it's very important for you to be able to do that, because if you can't do it, you won't be able to do something standard. You won't be able to do something standard. And one of the reasons why we are learning HTML, why you have to learn HTML and know it very well, is that it helps you to gain a higher ground more than many others. Because what a random person will just come to and say, maybe we just say he goes to an AI and just goes to the AI and tell the AI, give me this, I need a form that will do this, have this input, that. Yes, he will do it, and he will think he actually did it, but after he does it, whatever he does will not still make sense compared to what somebody else that has gone through everything how it will be, because he doesn't know what the standard is, so he cannot structure it to what he needs. And the thing is, as you are even talking to the AI will need the standard so it can give out the correct thing. So let's move to another one. This one is dates. HTML5, a control for entering a date, that is year, month and day, with no hours and minutes. Okay, let's open it. So that's what this code is going to do. So you are going to be able to enter the dates, the current date. So that's what we are doing now. We're entering the current date. So 22nd, let's pick 22nd. Let's get the value. So you can see this is the current date. So now date time looker HTML5, a control for entering a date and a time. So let's open that one too. Date time looker. So this is the code. So okay, this is the date. So date time looker, meaning you can add the time also. So let's check the value. So this is the value. So email. So now HTML5 for entering a valid email address. If the form is submitted and the email provided is not valid, the user will be warned. Okay, so this is the code. So it's using form. So let's try entering something. Entering an email address. I entered one email address. So I clicked on submit. So it tells me the form has been submitted successfully. Remember, this is not a lesson, but that's just to tell. It's just an example to show how email works. So that's just what I'm trying to explain. So now let's file. We have file, a control for selecting a file. We can define the accept attributes to only allow specific file types. So we can design it that is only a particular kind of file we want it to accept. Maybe it is an input that is meant to pick files and put it on the website. So you can instruct that input to only accept some specific kinds of files, because there are such kind of inputs and it's always necessary sometimes. So these are some of the things that you need to know, wherein if you don't know them, you think you already know it, and in the process of doing whatever you want to do, you won't be able to do it standard as you are meant to do it. So learning is very important. So note, the accept attributes may not work in the try it yourself editor on some Android devices. If you want to test it, then save a file with the attribute and run it on a real browser. So let's check it. Okay, so you can see it. You can see the code, src alt image file will be shown here. Let's open it. So this is it. This is how it looks. Let me try to pick file. Okay, I'm trying to pick file. Stuff is taking time. Trying to pick file. Okay. Pick something now. So I just picked something. So you can see that it picked the image and displayed it. So you can see that. You can see that. You can see it displayed the image. You can see. So this is just the use of that input, of this particular input. That's the use. So let's go to something else. So we have hidden a text field that is not shown in the browser. So what we have been discussing since is input types. So this is it's telling us the different types that inputs can have. The reason why you have to know them is because if you don't know them, you won't be able to work with inputs well. You won't be able to work with inputs whenever you are doing anything with forms. You won't be able to work with them well, and you won't have enough experience to be able to work to what you need. So hidden. So so something has been hidden there. Something input type because hidden, so it has a value. So it's an attribute that hides it. We hide it. So, but it's not only the attribute of input alone. So some other types of inputs are month, type of month, number, password. Those ones I first discussed are one of the most important ones. So even though these ones too are also important, but they are not as important as those ones. So you can just look these ones up on the internet. So and um, learning doesn't end at just a tutorial. It doesn't just end at something, at tutorials we watch, videos we watch. It doesn't end. So learning never ends. So always ensure that you also make proper research on everything that you have learned in order to increase knowledge and increase increase capacity. So we have the normal type, the number type, the password, the radio type, the range, the search, the tell, the time, the URL, the week. So those are the input types that we have. So as you go on in your building of different projects, as you keep trying them out, so as I advise you to try them out because they are really going to help you. As you keep trying them out, you keep improving. So thank you if you have watched to this level. If you have watched to this level, thank you. So I'm encouraging you to subscribe to this YouTube channel. So and like and share. Thank you.